Hi everybody, I'm Joey and I'm here today with my Craft Along With Me class using the Unbounded Beauty set from the annual catalog. If you don't know what that is, it's from the Stampin Up catalog. I'm a Stampin Up demonstrator in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I've got a really sweet card class to show you today, and I'm happy you're here with me. If you're with me for the first time on Facebook, I would love for you to follow and like my page if you want to see more of what I have. And if you're watching on YouTube and you enjoy the video, then I would really love for you to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, I'm ready to rock and roll and get started. When you jump on today, I would love for you to, we usually say where we're from just because it sometimes makes a connection with other people that might have some familiarity with where you live or some connection. I'm looking down at my iPad right here to try and make sure I get myself on so I can see. But for today, let's go ahead and say something you do to relax, for relaxation. And I'm doing that partly for a selfish reason because I am on a new journey to but hopefully really reduce my stress. So I've been following a person on YouTube. Her name is Dr. Mindy Peltz. Right now I'm pulling up my computer so I can see her comments. And one of the things she recommends is giving yourself the first 2 hours of every morning. Now I know that's really a challenge for some people, a lot of people, but I am a full-time Stampin' Up demonstrator, so I can control my work hours. So the past couple mornings I've been getting up, no screens for the first 2 hours, taking a walk, drinking water before coffee, just some things like that. So walking, I'm finding, is actually relaxing and energizing. So I don't know what you do, but I would love to know. And while you're putting that in the comments, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to click a toolbar here down at the bottom of my screen, and it's going to make me go upside down, but when I turn you down, you'll be right side up. So here we go. This is the first time I've done what I'm calling, what's going on here? I guess that's okay. Sorry, my film on my iPad is weird, so I'm going to try and get out of what's going on with my iPad, for Pete's sakes. I don't know. It is showing my video, but it's kind of messed up. Hi, Diane. Well, hopefully this is going to be okay. It looks to me like my phone is not showing. Do you guys have a full screen on your phones or your, hi Cheryl, or on Facebook or your phone? Or I'm watching my iPad. It doesn't show a full screen, but I don't know if it's somehow gotten messed up because it doesn't look like it's actually on my page. So, oh my gosh, you know, that's the way, oh, there we go. Now it looks like it's right. There we go. Okay. No, now it isn't. So I don't know what the heck. Oh my gosh, you guys, you know, life and technology. I know I've got my hands in front of the screen while I'm trying to get my iPad to cooperate. I'm going to go out of Facebook, and then I'm going to go back into Facebook and see if I can make it do. No, it's not going to do it. So I'll look at my computer, and hopefully that's what you can see. Cheryl says full screen, so there we go. We're going to go with that and just realize that probably I'm on some part of my Facebook page and it's not giving me any place to click out. Full screen, close. Let's close it. Let's get back. All right. Well, while we're doing that, it's not on my page anymore. Oh my gosh, seriously? Okay. There I am. And then when I I don't know, weird. Okay, I can see part of it, but my computer screen looks like it's full screen. So we're just gonna go with that. I'm so excited actually about today because it's something new I'm doing called Craft Along with Me. And this is my first one. And what it is that if you registered for it ahead of time, you have all the card supplies and the products to make these cards with me. So at my friends and customers that purchased this class ahead of time, they got a half a pack of the Unbounded Beauty, I think that's the name, Unbounded Beauty DSP, 6x12 pieces of that. And then they also got a pack of these in color dots, and they also got a bolt of the ribbon, the white ribbon with a silver edge, and they also get a PDF tutorial. This is a very detailed PDF tutorial. It has close-up pictures, it has instructions, it has sizes of everything, and then everything that I use to make the cards, so that they have this if they don't want to go back and refer to the video. But after the Facebook Live today, I'll be downloading the video and putting it on YouTube, and then I will send it to my people that purchased this. Lost my train of thought right away this afternoon. And I always upload my weekly Facebook Lives to YouTube, so you can find me there as well. Maybe if you're watching on YouTube, you've already found me, so that's good. We're using these two stamp sets. They're both part of the Unbounded Beauty suite. It has 2 sets of stamps and dies. So the Flowers of Beauty is this stamp set, which doesn't have any words, but it goes with these dies. We're going to use almost all these today. And then this set of stamps, Unbounded Love. And then these are the dies that go with this. They have all these labels, some extra leaf dies, and some sweet things like that. It's just so pretty. This whole suite is lovely to work with, and you can get a lot of cards and variety with your cards. If you're looking in your catalog for it, it's on page, got it marked here, 55. So these are the samples that Stampin' Up made. I did kind of use this one for one of my cards. I kind of used some of these for ideas for some of my cards. And then here's the 2 stamp sets, the 2 sets of dies, and then the in color dots go with this suite. You can purchase the whole suite. All the information's on page 55 in your catalogs. If you don't have a catalog or you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, let me know, and I'll be happy to get a catalog to you. All right, now the other good news is this week. Hi, Paulette. Oh, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. That's wonderful. Hi, Martha. If you would love to get the card supplies for this and you missed out on the registering ahead of time, you can do that. You can get all the card supplies for these 4 cards. It won't have the DSP and the full bolt of ribbon and the full set of dots, but it will have all the card supplies, and that's as a thank you for your $40 order from my online store and using this host code. Now you have to use a host code because that's what gets you the free class. So you'll get everything to make these 4 cards. There are 4, and I'll show you everything that you'll get in your kit as we go along today. So the first card we're going to make is this happy birthday card. There's so many greetings in the Unbounded Love set that is so nice for finding any kind of greeting you need. Yesterday I needed a wedding card, and I was able to find that. I've used it for birthday. I've used it for thank you. Just a lot of things. So in your kit, you'll have your cardstock will be cut and scored for your card base. You'll get a piece of 3x4, 3x4 DSP, and then a mat to put it on. Those will both be cut for you. While we're at it, let's go ahead and put those together. And this cardstock has a direction. I keep having to look over at my computer to make sure you can see what I'm seeing. I'm saying that the flowers go up and down, so you just need to double check with that. Now, those of you that purchased the Craft Along kit ahead of time, I may go faster than you are able to recreate with me, but that's why you're going to have the PDF. That's the other thing I did. I already sent the PDF to the people that ordered the class ahead of time, to get the extra products that go with it. But if you put in your $40 order with this host code, I'll also send you the PDF and as well as the card supplies. So, and if your order is $50 or more, I'll also throw in the dots. So, or a new embellishment. I'll try to get these. I think they're in stock right now, but sometimes I can't promise ahead of time with products because you just don't know. Okay, so those things we've got started already. You'll also get a piece of paper, or you did get, if you're in the Craft Along group, you got that piece of paper, and I've already done the die cutting just to make not take the video too long, so I've already done that. But this is the piece of paper you'll get. You'll also get a strip of the peach pie glimmer paper, the in color glimmer paper. There's a glimmer paper that has all the in color ones in it. And then lost my train of thought again. And then I think I did die cut your labels for you. In general, I don't die cut anything that's part of the bundle I'm demonstrating, but I wanted to do a little bit for you that are trying to follow along and make your kits as we go. So I'm going to go ahead now and grab my Berry Burst, and let's go ahead, and I see that I missed a comment or two along here. Diane says she's having a good day. She's relaxing with coffee on your patio with your cats around me, birds singing, and deer, pheasants, wild turkey. It makes me smile. Oh, Diane, I would love to be in the country like you are and doing the same thing. I did have my coffee on my on my front porch this morning. I did my, I read my devotional. I did get on my phone just as I was gonna be coming in the house and start to work, and did a short Facebook Live about my morning sitting on the porch, and that I was going to be live today if anybody was interested in watching. So that's what I did as well. I did pretty good. I've only been doing this for 2 days, so who knows if I'm going to be able to catch up with it. So if you're watching and doing your card kit with me, you want to go ahead and grab this guy if you haven't die cut already. And then I'm going to go ahead to adhere this. I'm just going to take some mini glue dots, and all I'm doing on the mini glue dots, I'll show you, is I'm just, you have to fold them back, and then I'm just squeezing it like that, because these places are really tiny. Now you could, if you wanted to, take the time to use the adhesive back sheets that we have, and then they'll be your tiny detailed die cuts like this will already have adhesive on the back of them, but I didn't do that. I don't think you actually need it, but if you want that all to really stick down and not have to add adhesive, then you'll want to do that. Okay, so I'm just placing this to the left, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my happy birthday greeting on here, and then we'll do some embellishing. So I'm gonna grab my dimensionals, and we'll go ahead and put a couple on this label. remember dimensionals, or if you haven't seen them before, they're just a little adhesive that I'm trying to show in the screen, if you can see it, that pops up your image, and it just gives your card more dimension and interest. So that's why we use those. Now, if you're following along with me and you've already done your die cutting, I realize you'll have to be pretty speedy in order to actually keep up with me as I'm doing it. But again, you're going to have this video sent to you this afternoon directly to you, so you don't have to hunt for it. And those of you that order, oh, I want dimensionals on these. Those of you that order through Sunday, so this goes through June 30th. So if you order through Sunday, I'll also send you the video directly, so you don't have to look it up either. So you'll get the full PDF tutorial, the video sent to you, and I put these on mini glue dots. I did that so I wouldn't lose track of them in the envelope, but I'm going to raise them up with mini dimensionals. So that's what I'm doing right here. And you'll also you'll get all the card supplies for these. Now, your kit will not come with the half a pack of DSP, the full bolt of ribbon, and the dots. You might be getting the dots if your order is $50 or more. But I need to put a dimensional on this guy. Let's see if I can get him off. My plan is to send these exact dots in your kit if you put in your order this week. So, and I have a few on hand. If there's more than that, I'll order them on Monday morning, and then I'll let you know that I can't find where are they? Good heavens. I'll let you know that I've ordered the embellishments, the dots, on Monday morning, and then as soon as they come, I'll send them to you with your kit. Okay, so let's get back to our little flowers here. I think I mentioned, but if I didn't, this is the peach pie glimmer paper. The glimmer paper for this suite is all the new in colors. So peach pie is one of the new ones. And then, well, we've got this one. I only put 4 on that, but let's go ahead and do one. Hi, Debbie. Oh, thanks for sharing. You're so good about that. All right, let's see. What can we do here with one more flower? Maybe right there. And then we're going to go ahead and put a ribbon on this. Also, you get your supplies for each card in an envelope. I know some of my demonstrator friends have quit putting envelopes in, and that's something that I might have to do in the future as well. But this kit will have all the envelopes, and the reason is just because all our prices have gone up, you know, just like everywhere, life in general, etc., etc. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Julie. Good. People are finding me. It's so good to see you too, Kathy. It's so lovely. You watch so often, if not every week, almost every week, and I just really appreciate that. Some others of you, Diane watches every week. Debbie watches quite a bit. I'll miss somebody's name, so I should just quit trying to say names, because I know that there are some of you that do watch every week. You can't all watch live. And I get that. Some of you are working still, but your days aren't, so your days aren't free to just sit and watch YouTube videos. I have one friend, my friend Kelly, she often would catch me live while she's at work, because she had this time for her lunch. So she would sometimes catch me a lot of times at lunch. So we tied our bow. You will get ribbon in your kits. You'll get the ribbon for each card as well. It just won't be the whole bolt, but you'll get enough to make your cards. So that won't be a problem for you. I'll put it right in your card supplies. So I'm just using a couple of mini glue dots, and then I'm just gonna stick this kind of on the bottom of the stems for this guy. I love this ribbon, it's just so pretty. And then let's take some dots. By the way, one of my new things for this doctor I've been watching is fasting. So I'm trying, and so far I've made it today and yesterday, and the day before I did it not quite as diligently as I did today. I'm putting on, these are going to be the Petunia Pop gems. Now they don't sparkle, but they bring in, this is Berry Burst, this matte, but I put in the Petunia Pop gems to bring in all the pink here, and that is our card number 1. So there's card number 1. I really like the peach pie. I like all the new ink colors. I'm going to make sure I don't get out of the screen, so I'm going to have to bring my computer up here. There we go. My computer screen has frozen my face, but it looks like it might be keeping up with your comments. Let's try again. Yeah, it looks like Minnesota finally stopped raining for a couple of days. We had rain last night too, Kathy. It was a storm actually, and finally it kind of cooled off our weather we've been having. Well, I feel like it's miserably hot. People that like hot weather are probably been enjoying it. But it's been in the low 90s and the humidity's been high. We don't always have high humidity, but there are quite a few days in the summer when we do. All right, my friends, we're going to go on ahead and make this card. Now, I just have to say, this is not my original card design. This is a friend of mine. Her name is Melissa Faust. So, Melissa, if you by chance catch this video, thank you so much for sharing this on your blog. That's where I saw it. So we're starting again with our basic white thick. I always use a thick for my card bases. 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Let me get this out of the way for just a minute. I'll bring it back. And then you'll have in your kit also a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 DSP. You'll have this piece of Summer Splash, and then I cut mine out already, but that's the way your kit will look. You'll have this that I did die cut for you. This is a label from the Nested Labels Essentials. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. Your PDF will tell you exactly what I used. And then this is from these dies, the Unbounded Love dies. This is the die I used for this one. And so you'll have a piece of pink paper this big, and then or maybe I did die cut that for you. I think I did die cut that for you. So let's go ahead and assemble this card. I was starting to say about spending some time outside for relaxation and just refreshment. Just being outside is refreshing usually. Let's put that aside and let's do some stamping. Need to grab a little piece of scrap paper. We have new patio furniture. Yeah, new patio furniture and new, well, no, I lied. Okay, so new porch furniture. We have 2 new gliders out on our porch. I'm gonna grab my berry burst for this. Yeah, I think so. Berry burst for this, and pretty in pink. We need that one. But we splurged a little bit. They're Amish made gliders for our front porch. I'm gonna stamp. Oops, wrong stamp. So there are 2 stamps. I'll come back to my story. I am getting distracted, but I know where to come back to. So these stamps are 2-step stamping. Let me show you on the stamp case. So these two, well, several of these are two-step stamping. We're going to do this one, and this goes with the leaves, this goes with the little flowers, this goes with the big flowers. So, well, I guess they're all two-step stamping except for this little flower center right here. But we're going to use this one. So what I did on my stamps that you're not going to be able to see in the video is I took just a black magic marker, and I put, before I took them out, because your stamp case itself has, you know, okay, so let's try that again. When you put them on, you know, they come all on one sheet, a kind of a hard plastic sheet like this one. So when I first put them down, let's pretend my stamp, well, I'll show you exactly. So this stamp was down like this, and then the other one, well, we'll just guess. I'm not going to take too much time to line it up, but I'll show you the idea. So on this flower, I marked on my stamp itself a little black mark. I'm not going to redo it just because to not take the time with it. But that's what I did, and I did the same one in about the same place on this stamp. I'm not sure they're lined up perfectly, but that's how I did it. So that when I went to stamp these, I had a little bit of a guide as to how they should go. So I'm going to put my black mark. I don't think you can probably see it, but just trust me, it's there. And then this one has one too. And then, so I could line up my flowers. Wait a minute. I need my stamp. I need my little markers to go to the left today. So I'm going to kind of change those. Let's see. It may or may not help. It's kind of, and these flowers honestly don't really need to be lined up perfectly. So I'm doing 3 flowers in Petunia Pop, and then I'm going to go to Pretty in Pink to do the insides. So anyway, these gliders we have are just so comfortable, and I've got a little table out on my front porch between them. And we have a big front porch. I don't know if I stamped these off or not. Let's try it here. Whoops, that doesn't look like it's lined up. This looks like it goes like that. Nope, it doesn't go like that, but we'll try it again. What in the heck? I didn't get these lined up very good. Let's go, after all my talk about, oh, this is how you can line them up. Okay, visually, that looks right. And then this one, I'm not sure either. Let's just go like that. And so anyway, as I said, they don't really have to be exact for this particular flower. Their flowers are kind of abstract a little bit anyway. But I've been trying, and we also have a big squirrel, and back to my front porch. We also have a big, well, I shouldn't say big. It's a crab tree right in the center of the flower bed that's right in front of our porch. I have to think about this for a minute. And I'm putting adhesive all the way on the back of this because I'm going to put ribbon down in kind of a figure 8. So if you're watching me, I mean, if you're trying to create with me, obviously you're watching me, but so this is how I did. I just put 3 strips of adhesive on the back, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it from the front, but then I'll show it to you from the back. I'm going to do just kind of a, I don't know, is it not really a figure 8, but maybe kind of sort of, and a little bit slanted, and I'll show you the back in a minute so you know what that looks like from the back. I want this loop to be bigger back here, so I'm going to put my finger down there, and then I'm going to try. So now as I'm holding that, I'm kind of sticking it there where I want it because I wanted that loop to look like that, and then I'm just coming back up here and making another kind of big loop, and I'm kind of, again, I'm kind of sticking it as I go, so that it will hold the way I want it to. And then I'm just going to come down like this. And this is what it looks like from the back. It helps me to see it from the front, so that's why I was doing it from the front. But if you're good at this, I'm not that good at this coming out the way I want it to unless I do it like that. But you could certainly just do it like this from the back so you can see exactly where you're putting your ribbon. But that's what I did for the ribbon here. Okay, makes sense? Okay, anyway, this little crab tree, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back here. The little crab tree has really filled out, and it's at the height where it just kind of hides me from the cars that go by. And I feel like, let's see, maybe I'll put one dimensional in the middle. I feel like I have privacy even though it's on the front of my house. Now, our patio right off of my craft room downstairs, we have a walkout basement. We have 2 rockers there. I have new cushions on those. I like rocking chairs. I think rocking itself actually is relaxing and calming. So, oh, did I? What the heck? Oh, yeah. Okay. Thought for a minute I messed that up. So this is going to go pretty much in the center of my card. So I've been taking my coffee out there and just relaxing, enjoying being outside. We have a lot of birds as well in our neighborhood. No, I did do that wrong. That's not supposed to go that way. It's supposed to go, well, can we make that work? We probably can. Let's see. No. Too busy jibber-jabbering. I'm trying to pull these dimensionals very gently. I can tell they're kind of tearing the paper a little bit, but I think we're okay. I'm going to kind of peel these off and put them back on where I want them. Anyway, I've been doing my my devotional out there in the morning. A few days. I'm trying to get in a new habit of doing this. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to kind of square this up on my glass mat. By the way, this glass mat is available to demonstrators right now. If you aren't a demonstrator and you would like to get this mat, you can pre-order it. We're in a pre-order period now for the new online exclusives that just came out, and they'll be available to the public the 1st of July, or maybe it's the 5th. It's the first week in July anyway. And the glass mat will go available to customers then as well, if they still have them in stock. So these have been so popular, so they are a commodity that people want. So now we're just going to stick this little beautiful vine. This is Summer Splash cardstock. That's the color it is. And then this little greeting label, we're going to stamp that with Berry Burst as well. So this greeting is "Have a blessed day." And I really like that. I think that's a nice greeting. And this is Pretty in Pink cardstock. I'm going to bring it towards me a little bit, and so I can get my head over it. But Teddy, he's our puppy. He's about 8 or 9 months old. He likes to go out on the front porch too. He's very interested in looking at all the plants out there and sniffing them, and you know, you forget when you haven't had a puppy for a long time that everything is new and interesting to them. So he sniffs the flowers and the evergreens from the porch. He doesn't get off the porch, thankfully. And let's see, let's get some dimensionals out here. So he's out there and we kind of just hang out for a while in the morning. What else? I guess we already talked about the walking. Our neighborhood is very busy in the morning. There were a lot of people out walking their dogs. There were people out walking for exercise, running. So in a way, that's kind of fun too. Let's go to our dots here and let's use, I think these are the Summer Splash ones, so I think I'll just use those, and I think that's what I used on my card. Looks like it. Just go ahead and put some of those. This is called bling, but it's not blingy as in sparkling, but they are the exact colors of our ink colors. So I like to use them because they're pretty even though they don't sparkle, and I love having the coordinated colors. So there's our second card. Again, this is thanks to Melissa Faust. This is a card I saw on her blog. So this is not my original design. Alrighty, let's keep going here with our third card. I'll save my favorite till last. We'll do this one. I kind of stacked up my stamps. They're all mounted so that they would be ready to go with that card. So now if you're trying to create with me, you'll want to take out your packet that looks like this. It has this paper in it. And I did try to set them up like this in your envelope so you could see what was in it. Oh my gosh, Teddy's growling. I don't know what's going on. You have a piece of white cardstock in your kit, and that is for the flower, and there's 2 white leaves here. So, I don't know if I did die cut those. I may or may not have. Thought I might have it. No, I don't think I did, so we'll have to do that. Anyway, you have some scrap paper for the flower. Oh, for the flower and the leaves. That's what all that's for. Got kind of confused. And then you'll also have this label that I think I did die cut for you. Let's go ahead and we can go ahead and get the DSP put on the card. So we'll go ahead and do that. I always also score all my envelope or my card bases for you. I know that I have a few friends that don't score them, but I do still take the time to score them so you don't have to do that part. It's done for you. This piece of designer paper is 3.5, nope, won't be 3.5, 3 by 5.5. From that same, all the paper I'm showing you is from the Unbound Beauty. Looks like I'm running out of tape, of course. And these do have a direction, so I'm putting them the way I think the direction goes. It won't matter if you get them upside down because there might not actually be an upside down. But can you see the vines that go this way? The leaves are going up. And the flowers, to me, are kind of pointing up. So to me, that means it has some direction. Let's go ahead and put our ribbon on so that part's done. So for this one, I just went ahead and tied the ribbon around the card so it goes through the inside. So like this. Like so. Gonna get that moved over. Get this stuff moved over. We don't need it right now, so I need to get it out of my way. Let me click my computer screen because since my iPad isn't showing. Hi, Julie. Oh, all right. Good. I'm glad it's helpful. Okay, so let's go this way. I have too much ribbon, so I know I don't need that much for a bow. So in order not to waste it, I'm going to try and get it lined up here. All right, let's see how this is. Let's see, this bow is going to go down here though, so I might as well tie it kind of about where it's going to go. So I wrapped it around, and then I always put my ribbon exactly in like a cross, like here, as I start to tie it. Well, I let it go accidentally, but you're going to pull your ribbon in it like this. So I'm going to go lower on my card, kind of like this. And then hold it there with your other hand and loop it around. And now I'm holding it with my index finger, wrapping it around and pulling it through, just like you tie your shoe. People say, oh, I struggle with bows so much. But honestly, just think about how you tie your shoe, and it's going to be basically the same. Now, you kind of have to adjust your ribbon a little bit because you want the bow to be tight. Kind of like so. And then we're going to go ahead. I still have too much ribbon here, but that's okay. All right, so now we've got that part of our card done. And I have my ribbon just on the edge of the DSP. Okay, so now let's go ahead and stamp everything that we need to stamp, and then we'll do some die cutting. So you have your, again, you have your scrap paper right in your envelope. I always send scrap paper as well, just so you know. I know not every demonstrator does that, but I do that. So you have scrap paper either in your packet or in your actual single card kit. Let's go ahead and do our flower. I can't remember honestly whether this flower is easier to stamp the outline first or the inside. I think this is berry burst as well. I don't think that is petunia pop. We're gonna go for it. Petunia pop, is that the, yeah, that's the name. We get these leaf stamps out of the way. We'll get our ink pad up there. I'm gonna pull my computer screen up here to see. It's lagging, it's just slow. So I'm not keeping up with your comments, but I'll come back. I always come back and read my comments. Now for this flower, I did the same thing. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but there's a little black line right there, and then there's one also on this one. Not sure you'll be able to see that, but that's how I oftentimes line up my flowers for two-step stamping when I can't quite tell how they might line up. It just saves a little time. Then I'm going to just ink the inside filler with berry burst, stamping that off on my scrap paper. And then as long as I have my stamps mounted about the same, both going up with my little black marks, whoops, not that way. The little black marks are both about in the same place. That makes it fairly easy to line up. So this looks like it lines up, right? Oops, right there. Now this one again is not super particular about if you get it off at all, but you know, some of you out there are perfectionists like I am, so I know that you want your flowers to line up, or any of your two-step stamping. And some two-step stamps are not as critical to get lined up, and some are more critical and they look bad if you don't get them lined up. So there's always that part. Now we're going to take our summer. No, for this one I used the dark green. So, well, it's not dark green. No, that's not it. It's Shy Shamrock. Oh, Kathy, thank you. Thanks so much for sharing. Gosh, I'm so behind, you guys. So, Maggie, yes, you made it in person. Yay! So now I don't even know what card you were talking about because the computer didn't keep up. But thank you. I love hearing from you guys. I'm going to go ahead and trying to save my cardstock here. So this is Shy Shamrock, full strength. I'm going to just clean my stamp right here. And then this is Shy Shamrock. Also, this is the filler, and I'm going to stamp this off once. And I didn't mark these leaves. I thought they, well, that's not the right way, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. I didn't think they'd be too hard to line up, so I didn't mark them with a marker at all. So there we've got that, and then now we'll run this all through the die cutting machine. And Let's see, what am I trying to say? Die cut, we're gonna die cut the greeting. Not the greeting, that's already done for you, I think. We're gonna do the leaves, that's what we need. So I'm gonna get the dies. Now the leaves we're using are from the Unbounded Love stamp set. That's what coordinates with all these labels. So we're gonna do, what are we doing? We're doing one that's a double leaf and one that says single leaf. Get that out of here. And I'll get my die cutting machine, and I think that's all we need for this card, and then we can finish it up with our greeting. Yep, that's all we need. All right, so let me get my die cutting machine, and then we'll go ahead and die cut that. So another thing to know, if you don't know it, this month, which I've never had before with Stampin' Up, the die cutting machines, both the big one and the mini, are on sale 10% off. So now if you want to sign up and be a demonstrator, you get that 10% plus an extra 20%. And you never have to demonstrate. It's, you know, you can just love having to get your discount, your 20% discount on your stamps. You get to pre-order products. I was wanting to say projects. Here, let's move that. Before the public gets them. In this day and age of shipping delays, it's really nice to be able to get products ahead of time. What I mean by ahead of time is just before the general public can purchase them. Since we get to do early, I'm going to go ahead and use some what is it called? Masking tape. It's Post-it labeling and cover-up tape. And this is, I think, an inch wide. And I just get it from Amazon. And I think mine came in a set of 2. It's just Post-it tape is really what it is. Okay, I think we're ready for all that cutting. Let's go ahead and put the lid top one on and run this through. This die cutting machine is just so smooth. I really love it. I had the Big Shot for all the years that we had the Big Shot, and I like that one too, and it works well. This one works better. If everybody that I know that's had the Big Shot and gotten this one, they really love it. Okay, do you ever do this? You just drop your die on your stamping surface, and then it all comes out when you have these little delicate ones. I do that quite a bit. I had a friend over one day. Oops, what are we doing? We don't have to throw that away. She saw me do that. She'd never seen it done before. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's an easy way to get those out. So we've got our 2 sweet little white leaves, and then we're gonna peel off our tape and get our images out. So now we've got everything ready to do our card. If you did purchase the craft along kit ahead of time, thank you so much. It's the first time I've done it, so I wasn't quite sure how that would go. Oh, now let me show you how this is, though I don't want to mess this up. These 2 leaves, again, they don't go with these. I just started to put them on there. This is from the flower set, and this is from the word set, but that's where these particular leaves go, just so you get that straight. This is the Unbounded Love, and this is the Flowers of Beauty dies, so not the same. All right, let's go ahead and put our card together here. Let's stamp our greeting. The greeting on this one is "You are loved." And originally, I had all these stamps together so I wouldn't get them mixed up. But of course, since I've been, you know, throwing things around and on my are on my third card, so maybe this will give those of you that are trying to craft along with me, because you have the kit, this will give you time to find what you need to make your card while I'm looking for mine. I found the stamp, and now we're just going to go back to the Berry Burst ink pad and go ahead and stamp this. The other day when these are a little stiff when they're new. This is a fairly new one, and I push it in like that, because so often if I try and push it in like this with my fingers, I slip and my fingers go all the way in. But the other day I was doing this to a green pad, and I slipped and my whole hand was green, and it didn't come off very well. It was green. I think it was pretty peacock. Maybe it was a dark blue green. It stayed for, well, most of the rest of the day. I washed it right away with soap, but it was there for a while. We're going to stamp "You Are Loved" towards the top of this label. I'm trying to actually get this lined up. Hopefully I'm in the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Going to go right here. And it's crooked. Let's try it again. Good thing about our Stampin' Up paper, it has two sides. I went a little up, so I'm going to try and focus on not going up. There we go. Whoops! Ah! Well, thankfully that did not land with this inky stamp on something that was critical to our card. But you know, you never know. Sometimes you have to be creative and redo what you were trying to do to begin with. All right, let's put this kind of out of the way. Oh, you know what? That was supposed to be stamped in, this is stamped in Petunia Pop. Just so you know, those of you that are watching that have the kit, or those of you that are watching that are going to put in your order this week to get the kit, this should have been stamped in Petunia Pop, and that's what it will say on your PDF tutorial. I just was busy jibber jabbering and getting my card made and wasn't paying attention. So, but your PDF will have the right color on it. I mean, it looks nice with Berry Burst too, but this lighter color here is Petunia Pop. Okay, now let's just kind of make our flower here a little fancier. So what I did with these leaves is I'm peeling back my glue dots, and I'm putting my glue dot on the front side of my die. And by the front side, I just mean that when you die cut something, the die pushes down the very edges, so it pops up the cardstock a little bit. This side, you can always use the other side too, like we did for this one, but then it has those push down edges are on this side. So, and we use dies both ways. I mean, it does, you can't not turn it over to use it, but in general, I tried to, let's see, my flower is going to go like this. I try to use the side that has been pushed down from the die, if that makes sense. I don't know if that does make sense. Okay, I'm looking at my sample here to see how my leaves actually went. I think this goes like this, and then, well, it doesn't have to be exact as my first one. I'll put this on as well, and then we'll arrange this. Kind of, I really like white. Those of you that have watched me know that I use a lot of white, both in my backgrounds and in my die cuts. I just like it. I just like white, and sometimes sometimes less is more, and white is less than an additional color. All right, let's go ahead, and I've put a die or mini glue dot right there, and I'm going to put this mini glue dot. Oops, I don't know if this is going to go like I wanted it. Hang on. We're going to move this one down just a little bit, and then this will go There we go, kind of between them. So can you see how that kind of makes this whole side a little more full? And then we're going to, let's see, I want this ribbon. You can move your ribbon if you just kind of fold your, see if I can do it on the screen though, fold your cardstock up and, well, of course, it's not going to cooperate, but you can pull it. It's getting caught on the paper. Down. I need it to go down a little bit, otherwise it's going to cover my flower. So I'm going to go like that. That's why I'm moving it, so my flower doesn't get covered by the ribbon. And then we're going to do this. Doesn't that turn out pretty? I think it's not a hard card. It's an easy card. But sometimes easy and beautiful are good. We don't have to be hard to have our cards be beautiful. Okay, I think that's where I want my dimensional. So just kind of checking to see if I was putting a dimensional on top of another dimensional. So there's our sweet little card. You are loved. I love that. I think that's so sweet. I could send this to pretty much anybody. I think they would love to get it. Let's go ahead and put on, now for this one I used that darker green. This is kind of the more blue green Summer Splash. This is Shy Shamrock, which is the darker green, although it's not a dark green, but it's so pretty. Green was my mom's favorite color, so when I use green, I don't use green very much unless I'm doing flowers. I don't have green clothing. My mom did. I don't know why. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's not what I usually grab for. So there's our second card. Or third? Maybe we're on to our third one. Okay, so how many of you have this stamp set, this Flowers of Beauty and the dies? I bet there's some of you out there that have it. While you're commenting, I'm going to look up your comments again and refresh my screen so I can see what you're doing. I do have my next month's Craft Along With Me cards made. I don't have the marketing done for them yet, but we're going to use for next month, it will be, I want to say July 25th, but I better look. July 24th. So it's the last, no it's not, it's the 4th Wednesday of July. So, and we're going to use for that, we're going to use sketched butterflies. So let me show you what all you'll get with this. So if you order this ahead of time so that you can actually craft along with me, you'll get this DSP, I don't remember now what it is, this bolt of ribbon. You'll get all your cards pre-cut for you and the PDF, and then you'll also get the video. So these are the cards, just a little quick sneak peek of the cards I made for that class. I know a lot of you, if you've been stamping a while, you probably have a butterfly set, but I think you can make these templates work with any butterfly set you have. I really like the artwork for these. They're really pretty. I like the saints. There's a birthday, a thank you, a thinking of you, and a couple other ones. So anyway, that's next month. You can put that on your calendars for July. And then let me grab, what the heck? Okay, so this is my favorite card. July 25th is what I was starting to say. And if you want to keep up with me in my events, you really do need to be on my email list. So I'm going to right now in the comments put this on Facebook. I'm going to put it in the comments. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the video description. So, well, I will put it in the comments as my computer refreshes. Should be able to. Oh, there we go. Julie likes doing easy and beautiful, I'm seeing. Me too, Julie. I really do. All right, let's go. This is my favorite one. This is the one I kind of took the example from the catalog, but I didn't make it exactly like theirs. So again, in your kit, you'll have this. If you're doing the craft along with me, you have this already. If you are going to put in your $40 order this week, then I will send this kit to you. So you'll have the card base, you'll have a piece of the Summer Splash glimmer paper. This, you know, big enough to die cut your leaves. We're doing that same leaf one. You'll have white scrap paper to do more of the white leaves that we just did. And I already did mine just to save a little time on Facebook. So I know if you're trying to craft along with me, this might be a pretty fast pace. But you always have the video to come back to and watch, and you can stop your video then anytime and then restart it. And so it won't be a problem for you to make your cards. So I'm going to lay our bits off to the side here. And this little circle will be die cut for you. And then you'll also have a little piece of the DSP. You'll have this piece for the DSP. I'm going to put that aside. And then you'll have all your card supplies. That's for the background of this one. And you'll have extra. Okay, let me go backwards. You'll have this piece to do your stamping. So we're going to do our stamping first. So we're going to do these flowers. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to put that aside for a moment. I'm going to grab the 2 flower stamps. And these, we're not going to stamp, well, all right, let me go backwards. We aren't going to stamp this leaf stamp and die cut it. We are going to use this stamp on the card itself, but right now we're going to do the flowers. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'll show you how to do the others next. So let me go ahead and grab my pretty and pink ink pad. And I am going to grab my scrap paper again because I want to stamp off my first set of flowers. So for this one, this is the filler for the flowers. So I'm going to stamp, well, how do I say that? Yeah, I think it is, you would call it the filler. So I'm going to stamp this off once on my scrap paper, and then stamp it on my cardstock. This is my basic white cardstock. And you can see it's not a real definite image, but I think that's how I stamped I made these probably a month ago, and then so I could market it for you guys to be able to stamp along with me. Oops, that's just scrap paper, we don't want that. So I don't remember where I stamped the detail first. I bet I did because I'm having trouble seeing this. Let's see. Well, it's not too bad. Let's do it the other way. So when you're stamping yours, you might see it better the way I just did it. And so this is the detail. Can you see the little flower? The detail in the flowers, and then this other one is the filler. This is the blobby one. I always say there's always one that's kind of a blobby one. So yeah, this is easier to see. So do it that way, where you stamp the full strength detail flower first, and then you stamp your other flower. That really looks, you can't hardly even see that, but we're going to go with it. But you might have to experiment with that one a little bit. Sometimes with 2-step stamps, you do kind of have to try it doing the detail first and then the blobbier one second, or doing the blob one, the filler, the blobby one first and then the detail. Sometimes it just varies along with the stamp. All right, so we're going to line this up. Gonna grab my die again. I think these will show up, the background of the little flowers, the blobby part of it. I think it'll show up better once we get the flowers onto the green in our card. So I'm going to grab my Post-it tape again, and let's go ahead and adhere this down. We have to do some other die cutting though, don't we? Oh no, I guess I did the rest of it already. So do we need to? No, I think I did all the rest of it. Let's go ahead and die cut this. And then I think we're ready to do the rest of our card. Let's go ahead and do this. And then go ahead. Okay, so these come apart. They don't stay all in one piece. So what I did with this is I decided I didn't really care too much about that. So I just piled them in a little pile where I could just pick and choose like so. Now, I didn't really care too much about the placement, but if you care, then you'll want to look at the samples in the book where they line them up a little bit more. Then I'm going to line them up. So, just so you know, I'm going to go ahead now and grab the, what did I do with my card parts? Here we go. This piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and I'm going to take this one. Now I'm going to go back to my green stamps. This time I did use Summer Splash. I think they have it out. Instead of Shy Shamrock. So this one is Summer Splash. So this is just the outline of the leaves. So the leaves have 2 stamps. As we talked about before, there's this one that's kind of filled in, and that's one I used for your gift if you got this ahead of time. This went to everybody that ordered the class ahead of time. So I stamped, this is that, grief, Joey. This is that one, but we're going to use this one. So we're not using the filler stamp. This is the detailed one. It's really pretty on its own, so wait till you see it. If you haven't used it yet, if you have the stamp set, it's just really, really pretty. We're going to do it to the left and a little bit to the left of center, and I kind of want that top branch to just angle a little bit to the right. So, and I'm stamping up full strength. See, I think that's just really pretty just on its own. Okay, getting my stamps moved around here and cleaning off my green one. All right, so we're done with that, I think. Let's go ahead and stamp the greeting while we've got our stamps going. This time, we're definitely using Petunia Pop. This is my favorite new ink color, and I like all of them a lot. And I use all of them a lot, but it's my favorite. So, in your kit, you'll have, or you already have, this little circle. I cut that for you because it's not part of the bundle. And I'm inking this stamp up with our Petunia Pop, as I said. And then there we've got You're a True Blessing. This color just makes me happy. I like all pinks and purples. Now you'd probably think that since you know I love pink, that I would pick Pretty in Pink, which I also love. But there's just something about this purple. It's kind of a pinky purple. It's kind of a little bit berry, you know, the color of berry in it. But it's its own self, and it's just really, really pretty. All right, let's go ahead. I don't remember if I popped this up. Yes, I did. So I popped up this layer on our card base, and I didn't make a mat around it or anything. Sometimes I just, again, I think less is more. My husband used to look at some of my swap cards and say, you know, just because people can do it doesn't always mean they should do it. You know, that's kind of the story of life, though, isn't it? So I think I know one of the famous fashion designers, and I don't remember who, said, you know, once you get dressed and start to go out the door, go back and take something off. Sometimes I do that with my cards. I think less is more sometimes. There's a little spot there. Oh, no. I guess it's just a crumb. Okay, so I'm just lining this up so that I have even margins on all the way around my card. It's white on white, so I don't think it's going to really be too noticeable. Now I'm going to take my DSP. I'm just going to angle my DSP with my paper snips, and I'm just going to make it a little flag like that. And this is going to go right. I'm going to line this up with this edge. So yeah, I think that's good. I'm not popping this up. I'm going to put this flat because we're going to pop up some other stuff on our card. Let's go like this. This paper, Unbounded Beauty, has all the in colors in it. So if you've bought the in colors, this paper has all of them in it. And if you haven't bought them, it also will blend with other colors we have. Like, I think Fresh Freesia would look good. Flirty Flamingo would look good with these colors. What else? Berry Burst, you know, I already used that one on one of the cards. I'm just squeezing my mini glue dots and just adding them to the back of this little sprig where they won't be seen. And I'm just going to put this little, that sprig goes this way, so my little, what do I want to say? This sprig goes that way a little bit. So even that's pretty. You could just be done. You could just put your greeting on this and maybe a bow and some gems, and you could be done with it. We are going to add our flowers and leaves to it, but you could be done if you want it to be. All right, so this is what I was saying about these. I'm going to go ahead and put mini dimensionals on these little guys. If I can find them. Again, I don't know why I throw things around. Well, I don't literally throw them, but I don't put back things where I normally put them because I think I'm thinking about getting the card done, showing you how to make them. Now remember, we restamped these flowers because I felt like we needed to do the detailed one stamp before the blobby stamp. So hopefully you'll remember that if you're going to get this kit next week from me, or if you already got it from me. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm just putting mini glue dots in all these little flowers. I don't think I used them all actually on my sample card. So let's see what I did use. Oh, maybe I did use quite a few. So we'll go ahead and put mini dimensionals on these. I really like using dimensionals. I have one customer for a long time. She's moved, so she doesn't come anymore, but she made everything flat on her card. She said it just is so much easier to mail. And I get that. I understand that. So not all of us want to pop up our cards, but I usually do want to. You know what, guys? I think this might be easier if we go ahead and put our leaves on first. So I've already die cut mine, but you have the cardstock die cut yours, or you will have if you get this kit for a class to go. So this is the way this is going to work. When I do a craft along, and you get your everything ahead of time and you pay for it and I send it and you get a lot more product, you get about $20 to $25 worth of product with it. Then when I show the video, like this week now I'm doing the video, then other people can get that as a class to go. So I use that word class to go to describe my weekly Facebook Lives, where if you put in an order that week, you get the card supplies for whatever I'm demonstrating that week. Okay, I'm kind of looking at my sample to see how we're gonna do this. I'll get back in the screen a little bit better. So I'm gonna, the spacing on this kind of matters because of the flowers. So I think this is about right. Let's go ahead. I just love these little white leaves. You can tell, yes, because I used them on more than one card. Now, the tinier flowers go up. The fatter flowers are the ones at the bottom of your stalk. You probably know that. I just had to kind of think about it a little bit. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to put a bow here. So I'm kind of leaving room for that bow. Maybe we should put the bow so that first, and then that might help us figure out where to put the flowers. So if you're crafting with me, let's do the bow first before we put the rest of the flowers on. Or if you haven't put your flowers on yet, before you put on any of the flowers, go ahead and get your bow made. Like so. Okay, and we're gonna give it a little trim. And again, I use mini glue dots to put my ribbons, to put my bows on. It just works for me and it's pretty fast. So usually with a wider ribbon like this, I use 2 mini glue dots. I feel like I can secure my bow just a little bit better. All right, so we're gonna put this bow right above our greeting. All right, so now we've got our flower there. Let's put a single flower over here with this leaf right here, like that. And then I have a group of 3. Let's put this group of 3 like kind of like down here, right under the label, your green label, kind of. Let's see, how did I do it on my other one? I like how I did it on my other one. Well, I think the bigger flower should be towards the bottom, which I didn't do on my sample. So I'm gonna do that right there, kind of sticking them in under the vine. Then, let's see, I should have one more single one, which probably, oh, there it is. I knew I had one. And then we'll put this one down here with this leaf. And then I think that's honestly all the room we have for our flowers. I have this one left, but I think it's too tall. I didn't use it on my sample, so we'll let that go. You might find room for it when you make your card. All right, then let's go ahead and let's embellish this. That's all we have left to do on this card. Oh, here's another group of 3. So you'll save those, and then you don't have to maybe stamp the whole thing for your next card because you might have enough with what's left over. Okay, let me go ahead and put on these beautiful, beautiful, pretty and pink dots, and we'll put one. I like to kind of put my dots in a triangle. If you watch it very much, you see me do this quite a bit. So I just like the way it looks. You can put your dots anywhere you want to, but I just like the way that looks. So I'm kind of in a rut with it. Sometimes I sprinkle them all over the front of my card multiple times, but usually I just do 3 like that. All right, let's bring out our 4 cards we've made. I'd love to see your comments. Which one is your favorite? I always love to hear what you think. So let's do this like this. So you can say your favorite is the birthday card, or the you are loved, or the have a blessed day. I know that's going to take some typing or some poking if you're on your phone or your iPad, or you're a true blessing. Which is your favorite? This is my favorite. I already told you my favorite, but I really like all of them. I try to not actually share cards with you that I don't like, because I made them. Oh, hi, Brenda. Thanks for sharing. Hi, Judy. Thanks for sharing. You guys, you're so sweet. Martha, you like the last one? Yeah, me too. This is my favorite. I don't know whether it's the color combination of the colors or what, but I like all of them. Oh, we're missing a jewel. I'll have to fix that one. But this paper is so pretty. And if you're interested in, if I can help you with anything, let me know. Make sure you use this host code if you want to get this class for free. And if it's your order's $50 or more, Judy likes the last one too. If your order is $50 or more, I'll also send an embellishment, and I'll try to send the dots that I used today so you have the perfect matching embellishments with your card. As usual, thank you so very much for spending your time with me. You can't really know how much I appreciate it. I really, really do. I do spend a lot of time, you know, thinking through my projects and making my cards, doing my marketing. And so when you like it and enjoy it, that makes me feel good because I'm here to share. That's what I'm here to do and help maybe give you some ideas and inspiration, and hopefully maybe give you a tip or two that you didn't have before you joined me. So thanks so much. Judy, you like them all. Kathleen likes, you are blessed. You are blessed. And Paulette likes all of them. Thanks so much for staying with me to the end too. Take care. If you need anything snap-wise, please contact me. You can always just direct message me and find me that way. Take care, everyone. Love you. Bye-bye.